Hi everyone, this is Shayanti signing in with another episode of Shayanti Finance. Today I am sharing with you the painting process of an acrylic painting where I'm painting a phoenix and it is themed around the International Women's Day. Usually, what I do is while I'm painting and while you're watching the painting process, I kind of guide you through the steps. Um, I went through in the painting, and it becomes like more like a tutorial where I share my techniques, the process, and how it entirely came together. Today's video, or rather the voiceover, is going to be a little bit different. I'm not going to walk you through the step-by-step process. Instead, I've decided to talk a little bit more about the thoughts behind this painting, how this painting came up, what I was thinking, and as things like that. There are a couple of important reasons why I want to do that. The first thing, which I'll come at it right away, is when I finished the painting. A friend of mine and my son kind of thought that this was a little like a dark gothic style of painting, which I've never done before, and I do not 100% disagree why they thought it that way because of the choice of colors, the subject matter. There is a lot of fire, smoke, a lot of darkness, as in colors, like a lot of grays and blacks, and the entire theme can apparently look like to be a very dark theme or a more leading towards a gothic theme, but when I visualize the painting the way I thought it's not really that way. Instead, I actually tried to represent a phoenix, tried to represent hope, rejuvenation, rebirth, and sentiments like that. So I thought I'll talk a little bit about my view of this painting, and make it clear. But if any viewer chooses to think other ways and they think that this is more like a dark painting, I do not disagree with you, because after all, a painting is not just what the painter or artist himself thinks what it is more what the viewer, it is also what the viewer's interpretation is. So please feel free to interpret the way you want to, but I wanted to talk about my thoughts. The other reason I wanted to talk about this is about the painting is because I thought it was like kind of interesting how my brain kind of worked through when I thought of painting something for International Women's Day. And so this is a painting mainly of the phoenix. Why a phoenix? Because phoenix is one of my most favorite fantasy creature or characters. I mean, I love fantasy and I love all fantastic creatures. And it's probably very hard to say that this is the one that I like most, but phoenix, the whole animal, that it can fly like a bird and it has all the characteristics of a bird, and bird symbolizes freedom and all that good stuff, and its rebirth and rejuvenation from ashes, and the whole entire thing fascinates me. So yes, I'm a big lover of phoenix. And how when I was thinking about International Women's Day, and I got to thinking about because there is a lot of debate going on always about events like this, whether it is really important to have an International Women's Day or it's just a gimmick. Well, I personally think that if you don't want to celebrate this day, yes, it's your freedom of choice in a free world to think whichever way you want to go. But to me, what I feel is that the world is not has not never been equally has not provided equal opportunity to people all over. And one of the differences set by our cultures all over the world is a difference of the gender. And I think women over the years, over the centuries, starting from the very ancient civilization to now, have come across a lot of barriers and broken through the barriers and gone ahead and come head to head and faced all the obstacles and conquered them. I think that is enough of a reason to celebrate that. And that fight is not over, that those fights are never over. So having a day to rejoice all of that we have achieved, and all of that we still have to go forward and achieve as a humankind, not only as women, is good enough to celebrate this day, gimmick or not a gimmick, whatever you want to think of it as. So that's my reason why I wanted to paint something for International Women's Day. And then I started thinking about what do I want to paint, and I thought of phoenix, and I got to thinking more about how we are all like phoenix, not only women, definitely women, but not only just women, but all human beings. We are so much like phoenixes. We all have good days, bad days, good moments, bad moments. Every day we have small triumphs, but we have ample number of failures, losses, sadness. There is so much of darkness around us always. There is so much of negativity around us always, starting from simple things like your car breaks down on the way to work, to big things like losing a very dear family member. There is so much going on every day in our life that it is very easy for us to be engulfed in the negativity. Most days we brave through it, we smile through it, we cry and brave through our pain and conquer all the negativity and travel towards life, our light. But there are some days when we fail to do that. There are some days that the loss, the pain, the suffering, the failure is so big that it engulfs us, and if we feel that we are shattered, broken down, completely burnt, turned to ashes, and there is no coming back from there. And that happens, and that stays with us for a while, and then after a while we come back. Yes, we are born from the ashes and we come back to life, and that is exactly what a phoenix does. So I think every human being and every woman is like a phoenix, and that was my entire thought behind this painting, and that is how the entire painting came across. So that's what is the message that I wanted to convey today. Obviously this is an acrylic painting, and a little bit about the painting I wanted to talk about is that in this painting, unlike usual, I did not really use any references. A phoenix being a mythological, mythic character, a fantasy character, there's not really a certain way that you can paint a phoenix. Like you cannot find a royalty-free reference photo of a phoenix and just paint it. Yes, there are a lot of illustrations, a lot of paintings that artists have done for centuries of a phoenix, and I looked at all of them, but like when an artist dreams, it's not necessarily you look at one thing and you can say this is what I think a phoenix is. We all have our own images in our brain, but being very used to working from reference photos, or rather putting together a lot of reference photos, it was a little bit hard this time for me, because I was trying to paint a bird. At the same time, I was trying to paint fiery flames, and then I wanted to paint a bird that is in flames and a woman that's bursting into smoke and fire around her. And all of these things, there was hardly any reference that I used. I used a few images of a bird like eagle. I used some reference images of how an eagle's wing looks like. I took a reference photos of fire and flames. I used those. I used a reference photo of a woman with with her body turned upside down and and arms spread out, and kind of put them all together. But the whole imagery was in my brain, and I'm not really adept with enough technology to put it all together and do a digital thing. So it was all in my head, and bringing that into a canvas was kind of difficult. So you will see that I came back and went back and repainted and painted over and over and over, and did the same things over and over a lot in this painting. But finally, what I came up with, I am really satisfied with the end result. I think I had a message and I could convey it. But I really want to know what you think about this painting, whether what thoughts this painting brings to you, what is the imagery that it brings to you. I'm really interested to share all of the thoughts, good, bad. I don't care. I want to know what your thoughts are, so share them in the comments below. And if you like the painting, obviously give me an all important thumbs up. It makes a world of difference to me. So give me that thumbs up if you like the painting, and if you want to share it, please feel free, because sharing is caring. And do not forget to hit the subscribe button so that you always get notified when I post new videos every week and every Wednesday and Friday. Thank you for hearing through all of my blabbering, and I hope to see you soon.